Hello, this is Alechius, and welcome back to another episode of Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts as the French, where we've had to revert to the previous patch because the recent major patch invalidated any campaign saves, and we didn't want to terminate this campaign prematurely. So, review of the fleet in the La Rochelle port has led us to retain most, but not all. We're going to lose two of the Gaulois. So, we're going to take this one since this one is flawed, and we're going to scrap it. And the other ones look like they are flaw-free. Just this one. So, we'll take the eldest and scrap that one. So that gets rid of two of them. We're keeping the Invincibles, the Sulfurinos. We're basically keeping two each of the older class. All of the Jamaps, which there's only 4 left. All the Mistrals. Although that's the Mistrals are kind of expensive, but not super. We just have a lot of them. Let's see, the Verités, they did not make the cut. So this is their last ride out to Southeast Asia, and then they get cut. And that'll save us almost $24 million per month. The Magans as well did not make the cut. They may be newer, but they are the Tages or Tages, these ones, for what we have them envisioned in their refit, they're way cheaper. And so we're going to go with replacing the Magans with the Tages. So, sad to see these go as well. Hate to cut any of our babies. The rest will be refit. So, the Belaruses. Can I refit? I can refit them straight to 3. Alright, good. I was hoping that would be the case, but I didn't know. Oh man, that one is deeply flawed. That'll bring us up to 67,000 tons. Then we have our Jamaps. We'll do all 4 of them. Then we'll grab our Invincibles and refit them. Down to negative 125. Only using half of our shipyard so far. The Mistrals, for as many are in port right now, I don't think we actually took any of them to Southeast Asia. Alright, we have 150,000 tons left. The remaining 2 Gauloises, the Languedoc and the Diderot. Yeah, that's a chunk. The Verités, which are underway currently. The Palestros, which I believe are also underway. And Tendards. Should be 7 of those. Then we have the Vercingetorix. May be able to do everything. We have been working on our shipyards. So that leaves the Sulfurinos, which are underway, and the Magans, which we're not making. Alright, so that's most of it. I'm going to go ahead and expand the shipyards. Just another 30 million? 24 million. Almost 25. So fleet refit's going to be a significant chunk of change. Yeah, that's like 5 months, and we need much longer than that. Most of these refits are... Oh... Wow, the Belarus's are just 2 months? Didn't we upgrade those to turbo electrics? Good gracious, that is huge. That'll save us a chunk of money. Have all the destroyers, 3 months for the Vercingetorixes. That makes more sense, because I don't think we changed their engines. The Shamops get 7 months. Okay, like... The Invincibles and the Galoises are the ones that'll take a long time. So we might ride this out with the cost and not reduce our research investment. Japan looks to be our next fight. Foolish though that may be of them. Lots of destroyers, lots of cruisers. If we do a follow-on campaign, smoke composition 5 for longer duration. If we do a follow-on campaign, we're going to probably use a lot of pre-made chips for the AIs to cut down on turn times. Alright, we've got 2 to 3 months. I think that's going to expire. If it's 6 months to expire, we might be good. There we go. Shall we mothball what is left? It's gonna hurt crew experience. How good is our crew training? Green. Is that just a straight linear? Yeah, that's a straight linear. We're gonna throw money into training then. And we're gonna mothball the fleet to compensate for it. And then I still haven't done the submarines. I need to get that done. With our expenses though, I'm not going to build a lot of submarines yet. Mostly I want to use them as mine layers. Submarine speed, range, submarine displacement, cost. Nice. Single hull with external light hull sections. Brazil would like to buy Le Fortune. 55% of its original cost. No. We want to keep all of these. We didn't mothball them for nothing. Or refit them for nothing. Like, we mothballed them for now. Alright, how's that working with our finances? Fleet maintenance is down like 50 million. Still a lot. Oh man, it might be a 6-month timer for it. In which case we're going to be right down to the wire. Oh man, a lot of fights. Kind of curious how the auto resolve actually works under the hood. Advanced Battleship Funnels 3. No. Keeping them. Alright, looks like we'll make it. I did not think we would. They're going to be sitting there for a while to count up that timer. since it increases by a month each time you miss it. And that should be everything except for our long-term refits. Alright, that's a significant savings on fleet refit, which more than pays for the extra crew training. So hopefully we'll be able to get this up to like neutral. Forget what neutral is. Might be trained. I would like better, but neutral is like zeros. No benefits, no malice. You might be able to get your global training higher than that, but that would seem a little bit weird. Sloped armor, so that'll save on weight quite significantly at that. They want 3 tages. We have the shipyard capacity, so by all means, please keep our shipyards busy. Yeah, and we have an excessive amount of tonnage. I knew that when we sent the fleet. Spending 180 million on just those 4 ships. Or no, there's more than 4 that are being refit. In a foreign press conference, you have been severely criticized by Soviet Union's Admiral of the Navy. Our reaction is... Should we instigate? We don't need the prestige. I don't really want the unrest. We'll go with the neutral. Bigger heavy cruisers. Krupp armor 4. Lighter, stronger, and more cost effective. But with flaws, that should make Krupp armor 3 flaw free. Radio direction finders. Oh man. I don't want to refit our entire fleet again. That's amazing though. We'll have to seek to get that in some of our ships. Probably make a dedicated scout cruiser. And we have... Those are the 4 long-term ones. That's what I was thinking of. But then we have the Jimops, which also are going to take a little bit to refit. That did put a dent in our naval funding, but not as heavy as I was expecting. So the question is whether to scrap the submarines, the coastal submarines, and just have mine layer submarines. Britain is really admiring the power of our nation and wishes to become our ally. Nah. You don't need allies. That would make the game too easy at this point. Where are our submarines? We have... Cost per month is a pittance for all of these. Yeah, we'll keep them. We have them set in specific areas for the Mediterranean, Southeast Asia, the Indian Ocean, and a little bit of the Atlantic, and I think that's good. We might build a few more, we might not. But at least puts 3 coastal submarines in each of these areas. The major ones. And that's what we're looking for. A little bit of harassment. The mine layers we need to expand though. There's not enough of them for everywhere we want. Why do I have 6 in Santa Cruz? I did see that right? Ah, because, yeah. We have 6 mine layers because it's out in the open ocean. And we want to cover a wider area if we can. Then we have Tallinn, Helsingfors, Hongo. It's all in the Baltic. Yeah, that's all in the Baltic. Well then. Where else would we like them? Some in Kiel, Le Havre, Cadiz, Malaga. There'll be 12 altogether. Although I want 3 extras for Le Havre. I don't think we'll be able to close the channel, but we can try. So 6. Those will go to Le Havre. Kiel. We might do 6 there as well. Actually, yeah, let's do that. And I can look Cadiz and Malaga. So we need 3 more. Malaga. And on the other side, Western Spain, Cadiz. Let's see, is there anywhere else we want to put them? Like we might be able to do Nice, St. Florent, and Bonifacio, and kind of close this off so they have to go around Sardinia. Maybe. Djibouti, we definitely want 3 there. Where else would be beneficial? Magong. Maybe about 6 there. I don't think we're going to be able to really harm mobility anywhere else. We'll just go around the minefields, which is still of benefit, but there aren't a lot of pinch points. So we'll do 6 in Magong. There it is. And we'll think about up here. Like honestly, we could put 3 in every port in the Mediterranean and it would be beneficial to help deter invasions. I like that setup though. Oh, our monthly balance is almost positive. Our naval budget is large, not as large as the Italians, who have 2 ships left from fighting the Republic of China. That seems weird to me. The Italians are doing very well though. Surprised. It might be, well, it's not a good fight because they have no ships, but their funding is at least good. Japan has no funding left. AH is doing well. United States is doing well. Britain's doing very well. Not surprising. Republic of China, not so well. Soviet Union, not so well. Okay, interesting. How is our transport capacity, crew training? Alright. Republic of China presented to us an ultimatum demanding the extradition of a defector who requests an amnesty from our country. The Minister of Justice asks for your advice. Return him, no, yes, or negotiate for money. I'm gonna say no. Like, that'll help our unrest and put us closer to war with them. One of our military ships has collided with a destroyer belonging to the Republic of China. Journalists are interested in your opinion about what happened. Incompetence of the Chinese Navy. Bad weather, or ignore the question. Yes, all about their incompetence. And the Empire of Japan warns us. No, that interesting news, sir. Empire of Japan warns their head of Admiralty for excessive naval expenditures. We've given them no budget to work with. Triple-barreled secondaries. We're getting all these really nice research completion to really get us to somewhere we want to be. Like, these would have been nice before refits. Oh well. The army is making good progress. So we will soon have Thailand. Fortunately, that is not Malaysia. I would love to fight the English and get Malaysia, or get Sumatra in an event. Maybe Sulawesi, really? We always considered it Makassar, but that's the port down there. Probably Ceylon would be nice. So would Trucial States. Okay. Didn't know that's what they were called. See, any other... Oh, yeah. Malta. Malta would be great. Maybe clean up the Caribbean. Paint it blue. And we are positive on income now. Mothball these ones as well. It's going to give us some money. And where's our research at? We have special machinery coming up. Electric batteries. That'll be for submarines. No, actually it's for all ships. Better fuel efficiency. Turret traverse, rudder shift. That's actually really good. That's a nice one. Hull strengthening will get us lightweight fittings for a new hull form. That's 8 months away though. But we don't need to design a capital ship to build. Ship flaws down in 10 months. Hull protection, triple bottom. Torpedo propulsion, gas turbine propulsion. Additional range. And just a little bit of speed. Shells, we have high explosive incendiaries. Wouldn't be terrible to get on like our cruisers. Mine layer, dedicated mine layers submarine, not the coastal mine layer. Maneuver warfare, which will lead to crew training. Okay. I think we try to get the ship the quality control too. Focus on that. I don't really care about the special machinery or the hull strengthening. Get the torpedo propulsion. We're going to focus on a few things for the next 4 months to get the research we need to design a dedicated convoy escort, maybe, and then a light cruiser for destroyer hunting. Maybe a heavy cruiser for cruiser hunting. We'll see where that goes. Everybody's warning their Admiralty about excessive spending. It's up to us. We're doing great. Tons of money. No complaints. Set at 75%. 3 more months for the naval invasion. Gotta check politics real quick, see where our relations with others are. At a press conference, journalists asked you a question about the foreign policy of Austro-Hungary's government. What is your answer? Poke them in the eye. Say they're reasonable or redirect. Oh, I'll poke them in the eye. During a state dinner in Britain, there was a heated discussion between our ambassador and members of Britain's government. Prime Minister asks you how we could best handle this embarrassing situation. You think our ambassador was trying to defend our country's rights? Immediately recall the ambassador for consultation, apologize through diplomatic channels, and provide some compensation. Now, let's eliminate our unrest. We've got plenty of relations with Britain. It's not going to affect things. Republic of China's head of Admiralty is replaced. There's our electric batteries. Gas turbine propulsion for torpedoes. Empire of Japan gains control of Western Gilbert and Ellice Islands. Really? Alright, let's kill the special machinery and torpedo propulsion. Submarine hulls, I'm not going to build more mine layers right away, so that doesn't really matter. It's for the crew training, which is not an immediate need. Hull protection. Let's actually start on those. Those will be important for when we design the big ships. Or we can keep diversified. Let's keep diversified for now. I don't like focusing if I don't have to. I wanted to pick up a few things before we design our next ship. Yeah, we're making quite a lot of money now. Papua. That would be down here. Has oil now. Soviet Union provoking us. Serbia defeated Ottoman Empire's forces. Gained the Central Balkans. Outstanding. Politically, oh man, Japan's not even particularly upset with us. Let's fix that. 1 more month. That'll take us to April of 1919. Oh, wow. That didn't last long. Minus 15% flaws. That'll be nice. Successful decrease in relations. And we gain Sumatra. Which I was just talking about that. Right, this was the offensive that started way back, and I was looking for the invasion of it. That was for Thailand. Nice. La Rochelle. There we go. Send all. Take a few months to get there, but we have it. Meanwhile, Sumatra actually doesn't have the ports I want. Build some of the new sub mine layers to go at Belawan. 6 of them. Or we could build the current ones. I'm not fussed about it much. Melawan, Melawan, Melawan. Or Belawan. There we go. We'll get 6 mine layers there. And that'll at least constrict, if not cut off, that Straits of Malacca. Which would be nice. So, new design. Let's see what we have for destroyer hulls that we can build new. Hull form, stability, floatability, resistance. I think we definitely, the floatability is a big enough difference. We're going to go with the larger one. These will be known as the Spahi. Shrink it to minimum. Keep up with our theme. Narrow beam, shallow draft. We want these to be very long ranged. 35 knots, nothing more. Semi-oil. Cramped crew, quarters is fine. Might not need anything beyond turbines. Let's get the main tower up there. These are convoy escorts, so we want to keep these cheap. So I'm going to use basic tower. Still want them to have the capability to handle targets, so we're going to give them 4-inch guns. What do we got? 13.5, 15, and 17. It's a very small footprint. I like it. Gets us almost all the way there. Let's go for a 2-stacker. Do we want to spread out the engine compartment? That should give us lots of range. So would turbo electrics, but the turbo electrics are very expensive. Auxiliary gives us a little bit, but costs a lot. Shafts are 600. Doesn't really help us. We're going to use balanced rudder, which helps our range, surprisingly. That's going to hurt our range and increase our costs, but is very little. We could increase it. I'm not going to bother. I'm going to use Krupp 3. Does have higher cost, but it's also lighter weight, should give us more range. Single hull. Always bulkheads and anti-flooding. That's a thing for me. Do we give them 2 or 3 torpedoes? I'm gonna go with 3. We'll put up our secondary tower. Oh, we can't put a 4-inch on it. But we can put a 3-inch on it. It's just not quite big enough. So 3 in the main battery. I'm okay with that. A little bit forward heavy. So we could go for a four-gun main battery and give our torpedoes a better range of fire. Now we have an aft weight offset. That's pretty good. There we go. And we might rebalance that again. We want more HE than AP. With 4-inch main battery, yeah, we can penetrate with AP. That would be good enough to penetrate destroyers. Some light cruisers. I would rather use the high capacity shells. Maybe the semi-ballistics will give us enough penetration to actually matter. Well, not really bothering too much. We've been using light shells, so we're going to continue to do so. We use standard loadouts. How many rounds does that give us? Rate of fire of 9 rounds per minute, which may increase. We'll use short barreled. How many rounds do I get? 330. So that's hours worth of ammo. I'm fine with that. I'm gonna use tube powder. That alone gets us in a good place for flash fire and fire chance. Tempted to use the picric acid just for the pure raw damage. These are small turrets, they rotate plenty fast. We want to keep costs down. How much is that? It's like 200,000 to have faster firing guns. I'm going to fix that the other way. Fast torpedoes, they are 18-inch. Can we fit 20s? We could. Oh no, we can't. Bad placement. 18s will be cheaper and they'll still be plenty effective. We have 1 reload for them, which is fine. 56 knots out to a range of 6 kilometers. They still do plenty of damage. Yeah, we're gonna keep it 18-inch torpedoes on this. We're not gonna put range fighter. Or how much is it? 100,000. 200,000 for coincidence 3. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do it. We want hydroacoustic. We want them to be able to do reconnaissance, but we don't necessarily need radio direction finding. I don't see anything that helps them find submarines. ASW effectiveness plus 50% from the Hydro. Where is that over here? Do we have it? Recon ASW. There we are. We want the depth charges, which that'll be a lot. Let's max armor 0.7. We don't really need these to be armored. We'll strip the fore and aft. Leave a 1/4 inch on the deck. The main belt plenty thick. Do the conning tower. Don't worry about the superstructure. Although if they take a shot to the funnel, they should be fine. It'll reduce their ability. We got 2 funnels, it's fine. We should be disengaging by that point. 0.3 for the tops of the fores. We shouldn't be getting hit, so we'll do 1-inch facings. Nah, we'll do the 2. It's fine. It's so little. Minus 5% on the length gives us a 5-kilometer range. I'm happy with that. It's in line with the 3-inch as well. Can we fit more 3-inch? Can we have side guns? We could. Put a bunch of 3-inch on this thing. In a hexagonal pattern that doesn't terribly interfere with the fore and aft turret. Gives us a 3-gun broadside for the 3-inch, so this guy's not by himself. Let's see, 11 rounds per minute, 15 rounds per minute. I like it. It's under 20 million. Could do more crew. Which I find this funny. Cramped quarters gets you less crew. Spacious quarters gets you more crew. Seems completely backwards. I just find that funny. Yeah, and those are expensive. We're not going to do that. Could go back to coal-fired, which is actually more expensive and hurts our range significantly. If we do use the induced boilers, that reduces range, so does forced, despite the additional efficiency. I don't see a whole lot of improvement we can do. If we increase ammo, how expensive is it? Oh, that is very expensive. Maybe we just do single? That cuts down on the cost quite significantly. And these aren't supposed to be combatants. Not significant ones. A single torpedo run against like a light cruiser or even a heavy cruiser, and then disengage when attacked as part of a convoy. And we'll keep the standard. How expensive would it be? It's like $500,000 just to add that. We do need to balance. Put a little armor on the bow to balance out the ship as best we can. It's a destroyer, so it rolls a bunch. Makes sense. If we were to reduce speed, which I don't really want to do because I need them to be able to chase other destroyers and be able to make an attack run against a cruiser. I think this is about as good as it gets. We've got a decent, cheap destroyer What's her maintenance per month? 409. Compared to our other ones, then 10 dards are actually cheaper. At 342,000 a month. Still save this for now. We made it. And I think we'll call it there while we ponder a dedicated scout cruiser for the fleets and an escort cruiser for the fleets, or for convoys. It'd be convoy escorts. So we'll set groups of a cruiser and some of the escort destroyers in groups into sea zones on protecting shipping. And then the scout cruiser will be part of major fleets. That is the intention right now. Make sure we uncheck that before I forget, so that research comes along nicely. Yeah, you see how much that slows down everything else just to improve this. Alright, with that, I appreciate you staying till the end. Hope you enjoyed as much as I did. Please leave a comment, let me know what you think, especially with regards to our plans on who to fight and what kinds of ships to build for that, because I've outlined kind of where I'm headed with it. I'd like to hear what you think as well. And with that, you all take care. Thank you.